Bihari. Jam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Pravrajaka-acharya Ashtatrashta Shri Śrīmad Bhakti-Charam-Bhakti-Vranta Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Nama Acharya Shahridas Thakur ki Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vas Adi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Radha Kund Shyama Kund Giri Govardhan ki Vrindavan Dham ki Mayapur Dham ki Ganga Mai ki Yamuna Mai ki Tulsi Devi ki Bhakti Devi ki Samaveta Bhakta-vrinda ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Gun Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we will be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 8th chapter, and text 35. Bhave smin kliśyamānānām avidyā-kāma-karmabhiḥ śravaṇa-smaraṇārhāṇi kariṣyann iti kecana. 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 Bhave, in the material creation, asmin, this, kliśyamānānām, of those who are suffering from avidya, nations, kāma, desire, karmabhiḥ, by execution of fruitive work, śravaṇa, hearing, smaraṇa, remembering, arhāṇi, worshipping, kariṣyann, may perform, iti, thus, kecana, others. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. And yet, others say that you appear to rejuvenate devotional service of hearing, remembering, worshipping, and so on, in order that the conditioned souls suffering from material pangs may take advantage and gain liberation. Purport. In the Śrīmad Bhagavad-gītā, Lord asserts that he appears in every millennium just to reestablish the way of religion. The way of religion is made by the Supreme Lord. No one can manufacture a new path of religion, as is the fashion for certain ambitious persons. The factual way of religion is to accept the Lord as the supreme authority and thus render service unto him in spontaneous love. A living being cannot help but render service because he is constitutionally made for that purpose. The only function of the living being is to render service to the Lord. The Lord is great, and living beings are subordinate to him. Therefore, the duty of the living being is to just serve him only. Unfortunately, the illusion living beings, out of misunderstanding only, became servants of the senses by material desires. This desire is called avidya, or nescience. And out of such desire, the living being make different plans for material enjoyment centered about a perverted sex life. He therefore becomes entangled in the chain of birth and death by transmigrating into different bodies on different planets under the directions of the Supreme Lord. Unless, therefore, one is beyond the boundary of this nescience, one cannot get free from the threefold miseries of material life. That is the law of nature. The Lord, however, out of his causeless mercy, because he is more merciful to the suffering living beings than they can expect, appears before them and renovates the principles of devotional service comprised of hearing, chanting, remembering, serving, worshipping, praying, cooperating, and surrendering unto him. Adoption of all the above-mentioned items, or any one of them, can help a conditioned soul get out of the tangle of nescience and thus become liberated from all material sufferings created by the living being illusioned by the external energy. This particular type of mercy is bestowed upon the living being by the Lord in the form of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. So here we continue with the prayers of Queen Kunti. And now she is very nicely actually pointing out the reason why is the Lord coming. And as she says, basically to rejuvenate the devotional activities. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. And Srila Prabhupada elaborates on that these are actually the activities which the living entities are meant to do. Unfortunately, then the living entities, then not all, some, they have different idea. So few living entities have different idea. Most of the living entities, they know, I am servant of the Lord and I want to serve Him, and I am very happy to do that. Somehow, because we are part and parcel of the Lord, then also, as we have small portions of His qualities, we also got the small portion of the free will, and the Lord respects that. So when there are some souls who don't want to understand, no, I don't want to serve, I want to be served. I am God, I can do whatever I want. So that's not possible in the spiritual world, because in the spiritual world there is one Purusha, is the Lord, and then everybody else is the servant. But Lord has arrangement for everyone. You want to do that? Okay. It's free, you can do it. And He makes all the arrangements. But He makes the arrangements based off affection. Right? So, like here, we very clearly get to know from Srila Prabhupada that the living entities, they are actually made for the purpose to serve the Lord. But because of the free will, the Lord, He is giving them with affection, He is trying to teach them, look, this is not going to be the best for you. But if you insist, okay, go for it. Then play. We can compare it, or we can see it like parents, right? They create a child by Garbhana Samskara. So why is the child created? And most of the parents have the idea that I want the child to serve me when I become old. So, but it's not the main purpose. The main purpose is to bring somebody, to give affection to someone. And the child, then in the beginning, then he is completely helpless. He's a small little baby. And what can he do? He cannot serve, he cannot do anything. So then the parents, they just give him full affection, love. The kid is crying, then the mother feeds him, the kid poops himself, right? So then the mother cleans it up. There is no complaint. It's a happiness, because serving another living being. And then the child grows, and then he gets full of affection, and then when he starts understanding what's happening, then with intelligence he understands, wow, my mother, she is giving me so much of affection. My father is giving me so much of affection. Then I should reciprocate. So now my mother, my father, they are old, they cannot take care of themselves, but I am in debt to them, and I want to serve them, and I want to help them. So then he does, and everything functions properly. So affection, actually giving affection is something like, you can imagine, like you have a sponge, and then when you put the sponge in the water, then it soaks the water. So the child is also like the sponge, and now you can give affection and keep giving affection. There is no limit to how much you can give. But if you don't give affection, then it's dry. If it's dry, cannot give anything, you cannot squeeze anything out of it. So the child needs the affection. So the Lord, He is in our heart. He's the Chaitya Guru. And He is giving full affection. He is telling us what's the best for us. But do we listen? No. Because we want to enjoy. So it's a play. Okay, no problem. You are not responsible yet. You are just a baby, little baby. Go and play. Okay, fine. Now, when you grow up a little bit, when you start becoming more intelligent, then you will take up your duties. So the Lord is not in a hurry. There is no, as a Kala, right? We were reading that the last week. No, he appears as a Kala. But Kala is what? It's a time in the material world. There is no time in the spiritual world. So then, he is the time, so he has all the time. He can wait. All he wants, that the child understands by his own realizations. He is not going to push him here and there and do, no, I don't like you, no. You realize yourself. So whether the child realizes that in one lifetime or takes 1,000 lifetimes, 1,000,000 lifetimes, it doesn't really matter. What matters is to us. Because we have to go again through the suffering and again. And then once we realize that, then we start thinking, how stupid I am. I go through the same thing again and again. Maybe time to stop that. That's when we start thinking, okay, so if I stop enjoying the senses, then what should I do? And then devotional service, śravaṇam, kirtanam, Vishnu-smaraṇam. You gratify the senses, but not your senses, Lord's senses. That's all. Like we have, like in Gita, right? No, the Lord says, sukha dukkha, right? So we have like then the changing of the weather, sita ushna, sitoshna. So cold, hot, and then one is suffering, one is enjoyment. So now what? Okay, we have winter. Winter is cold. Oh, let it be summer. No, I'm so cold. Okay, now it's summer. It's summer. It's hot, and then we have the humidity. Better be cold, not than this kind of hot. There is never a perfect situation, and we are always so mental. Oh yeah, I cannot do anything. It's too cold. I cannot do anything. Oh, it's too hot. I cannot do anything. And we are just always so mental and get into nothing. Nothing gets done. Time gets wasted. But if we understand, okay, that's what it is. So now it's hot. All right. So let it be hot. The storm will come. It will cool down. It will be fine. But in the meantime, just do whatever you can. Do chant your rounds. Oh, if it's too hot, wake up early morning and chant your rounds early in the morning. It's cooler. No? Easy. If you want, you can make a plan. And you take advantage of the easier time of the day. Do your activities then. And then when it becomes too hot, then okay, then just take some rest or whatever you need to do. But don't skip your duties. That way, then you can start getting the proper realizations. Like, again, so we are having such a heat wave, right? 36 degrees was yesterday. And the humidity is around like a 60, 70%, which is very, very humid for that heat. With that humidity, the feel-like temperature is around 10 degrees more. So it's like feeling like 46 degrees. So it's hot, naturally. But what can we do? Just see how we can survive and still do our duties. So we can adjust according to, okay, so it's hot, so eat something cooling, drink a lot, dabs, the green coconuts, lassi, chas, all it's very refreshing for the body. So we can do it. And when we can do it, so we can keep ourselves, we can keep the body, so it's like in working condition. And then we can do all these services. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu-smaraṇam. We can do. So That's the whole purpose. That now Krishna is teaching us, and he is sending that. No, you have the weather, you have corona, no, you have so many things. We have to learn that this is beyond me. I have to learn to live with it. I have to learn to obey the modes of nature. But I don't want to be here anymore. So I want to transcend that. So what should I do? There is no material solution to this. The only way how we can transcend the modes of nature is by devotional service. So that's what we are trying. That's what we are doing. So that way, then we can properly focus on what we should do. Like, okay, now we have lockdown, right? So nobody here. And then what we should do? Okay, it's a lockdown. All right, but then, so now should we go home and lament, protest? Oh, lockdown, no. Or just be at home, open Bhagavatam and read. If it's hot, okay, put the fan on. Just read on the fan. Take some little prasad, read, chant. You can put online or put some Prabhupada's classes to hear. You can, even the sadhu sangha, somewhat kind of like it can also happen online like we have it now. No. All right, we are looking to the camera, but behind it there are hopefully many devotees listening, maybe. So it's okay. You can go on Zoom. You can have two ways conversation. So it's not the best, but okay, something we can do. Sukha dukkha. So let's survive the dukkha because it's really bad. Okay, but then it will again come to sukha. That situation will be solved temporarily, and after that there will be again something else, maybe some other virus, other mutation, other wave, or not. That depends on our activities. So what we do, it reflects what's going to happen. So we have to start realizing that. As long as we don't realize that, then the sukha and dukkha will be more and more prominent. But we are trying to come to the platform of dhira, where enjoyment, okay, comes, just accept as it is, knowing that the distress will come and so the distress come, okay, accept as it is, knowing that the happiness will come after that. So, and we know we have to do our duties. So that way, then we can grow up from being babies, who are just purely on Anamoy platform, and then Krishna affectionately takes care of us. But yes, you have time. Don't worry about it. Just grow up. So we can grow up and we can start pleasing Krishna by our services. Because the child also pleases the mother even by crying, right? Waking the mother up. It's a sort of happiness because she is very affectionate towards the child. But once the child grows up a little bit, and when he starts crying or waking the mother up, when he's 10, 15, kind of that will be a little bit overkill. It doesn't work. It will be rasabhas. At that age, you should be doing service. You should take care of younger brothers or sisters. In India, it's very common. You see the small girls actually, they already, at the age of 5, 6, they can already help the mother taking care of the younger siblings. So it's very natural. So then the desire to serve becomes imbibed from the young age. But if this is not done, then it becomes more difficult because there is no habit. No habit to do that, and therefore no desire, and it's only about me, as it was always. Now, from the birth, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur he speaks in Sharanagati. No. When I was in the womb, then I suffered a lot, and then I made a promise to the Lord, okay, this is the last time I'm being born. I don't want it anymore. But as soon as the child comes out of the womb, everybody says, yeah, nice, so good, yeah, you're so cute, so nice. And everybody's giving affection. Then the child forgets the promise. The pain, the suffering in the womb, he forgets. So, and then the happiness comes, and then, no. But as he grows up, then no, they want more responsibility from him, and no, sometimes being annoying. So, he is not really enjoying. He is again thinking, what am I doing? So, this is the cycle which we are constantly now going on. We are constantly in the cycle, and we have to break it. So here Queen Kunti, she is telling us now what we should do, how we should now go about it. Understand that the Lord is here to help us, and that performing devotional service, it's not going to make us sad, morose. On contrary, the devotional service now is going to make us happy. Same like the child when he grows up and he can start doing some service, so he sees the parents being happy, so he is happy. Of course, I mean, nowadays, the children are not properly trained, so sometimes they like to see their parents suffer, and they take happiness in that. They steal money from their parents. Sometimes they kill their parents. So, yeah, that's due to the immorality, adharma, not understanding what's the reality. But in the reality, dharma should be followed because dharma comes from the Lord, and that way then everybody is properly happy, satisfied, as much as they can be. And that's the whole reason. So our lifetime is meant to realize that we can realize that in one single lifetime, human lifetime, we can transcend these modes of nature, the material modes of nature, and realize the spiritual nature of the Lord. Because we are the spirit. We just don't know that. That's all. So the devotional service is about to realize that we are the spirit. So this is this is the message. That's the reason now why Queen Kunti now speaks about devotion, about the Lord, about themselves such a way, just to let us know that we are in a mess, but there is a way out. That's all. Just to realize, just to accept. And when we can do that, then we can immediately realize. We can realize then how we can get over the modes just by serving it. Even thinking about service, it's perfection. Mananam. We have such a nice example of the Brahmana in Nectar of Devotion, who was just thinking. Well, first he attended some discourse by some Brahmana, and he was explaining devotional service. And the devotional service explaining, if you are opulent, then you should offer services opulent way. Like there was one Maharaj, and then he was opulent, he was very rich, so his opulence was that he would offer everything to the Lord on a golden plate. But once you offer anything on the plate is basically unusable. So chuck it away, make a new one. So every day, new golden plate, gold utensils. So that was his opulence. So he could have done it, so he did it. Somebody less opulent, so he makes some silver plate maybe, and then use that, right, or bell metal. You don't have that, then use some clay cups. And if you don't have that, then visualize your offering. Even when we are doing offering, then when we are offering something to the Lord, it can be very simple. But there is nobody to stop us that in our mind, our consciousness, we can visualize offering the Lord great opulence. Shukta, Shak, Adivaji. No, we can offer anything to the Lord. Saffron, sweet rice. No, anything, whatever we can dream of, whatever we can hear or see in the Shastra, the best preparations we can offer to the Lord. But in fact, we may be just offering some muri and some water. But when we are conscious of what we are offering, then we are offering the opulence to the Lord. We invite the Lord to sit on golden seat, opulent. And even though we may just have kushasana for him. So the manasa puja is the most important. It's not a ritual. We wave some incense or some lamp and kind of like, hey, just done. No. It's about that we are actually offering the upacharas, we are offering the items to the Lord. So we should be offering them. The Lord is accepting them. So he wants the devotion. So then the Brahmana, he understood, okay, so I don't have anything, I'm very poor, but I can still offer the Lord anything. So he was dreaming probably of sweet rice. Similar like Dronacharya, he was dreaming about giving milk to Ashwatthama, his son, because they were poor. So and when the kids gave Ashwatthama a little bit of water mixed with chalk, and he thought, oh, this is a milk, I drank milk, and they were laughing at him. So like that, the Brahmana was also poor like that. But he was thinking, I want to make some nice sweet rice with milk, with saffron, and then just opulent. But he has no idea how to get it. So he is now thinking about it. So in his mind he is doing it. In his mind he is preparing everything. He's cooking everything. And he's so careful how he does it. So then when it's cooked, so then he is waiting for some time and he's thinking, maybe it's already cold enough to be offered to the Lord. So let me try. And then when he tries with his little finger, just touching it, kind of like whether it's already cold enough, it was still very hot and he got burnt. And he was in meditation. But when he got burnt, then he woke up. And at the time, Lord Narayan, he was smiling. And then there was Lakshmi Devi. Oh, what's happening, my Lord? Don't worry. And this one devotee, he is thinking about me. So and then the Lord, he sends, he himself comes to actually take the Brahmana back to Vaikuntha, because he is on the platform. He is fully dedicated, and it was just thinking about. So anybody can think about offering anything they want to the Lord. There is no limit to the opulence. You can create, golden rooms with gems, whatever the Lord likes. And in that, on some golden seat, golden throne, you can have some nice chamaras, and you can offer something really beautiful, some prasad to the Lord. So that's devotional service. Smaranam. There's no limit. Kirtanam. How much you have to pay for kirtanam? No, anybody can do kirtanam, no matter how poor he is. Shravanam. How much do you have to pay for hearing? You hear. Of course, now you hear everything. So you have to discriminate what you want to hear. So when there is no lockdown, then there is a lot of prajalpa going on, right? So you want to hear prajalpa, you go hear prajalpa. You don't want to hear prajalpa, it doesn't matter lockdown or not. You don't go hear prajalpa, you just hear Krishna Katha. So yeah, that's a price to pay, but it's not in money. Anybody can do. So like that, the services are not limited to only some few people. They are for everyone. They are meant for everyone. The only thing which we need to do, develop the desire. So now with the lockdown, then okay, take advantage of that. Like last year, Nirajan Maharaj, in the lockdown, he just wrote the book. Done. The nectar of lockdown. So anybody can do, just develop the desire and take advantage of the time. And of course, lockdown, you have children, then you have the children, so they have to spend more time with them, read to them, have them chant with you. Otherwise, they will go crazy. But like that, you can have more time with the children. You can yourself develop more devotion. You can help them to develop more devotion. So many things can be done. Now, these things happen, and these things help very much to fight the virus. Because, all these material things, like outside we have to wear masks, or we have to, you get vaccinated. It helps temporarily, it's good, but we have to see what's the permanent solution. That's the devotional activities. And when Krishna gives something, so then it takes care of many things at once. So the devotional activities, we see Srila Prabhupada, he gave us excellent way of sadhana. You wake up in the morning, before Brahma Muhurta. You take bath, chant your rounds, Mangalarati, then chant more rounds, then Darshanarati, then Bhagavatam, then you have cooking for the Lord, offering to the Lord, taking prasad, and Harinam, Kirtans, Bhajans, whatever it's at the situation, and going to sleep early, enough early so you can get up early in the morning. So no need to be up watching some movies. No, there's no need for that. Talking prajalpa, no need for that. Just go to sleep earlier, wake up earlier, and that sadhana, it's very important for spiritual, but even on the material platform. The sadhana helps us to build ojas in the body. Ojas is something which one person explained, it's like a glue, you can say, between the spiritual and the subtle body, material. So stronger the ojas, then stronger you are. The Western scientists would call it the immunity. So just by sadhana you can build the immunity. By eating properly, don't overeat too much, don't eat too heavy. It's so hot, so just rather drink. Eat at regular times. Wake up early. Go to sleep early. And main thing, avoid anxiety. Because anxiety, anger, then destroys ojas. So just avoid that. And just be calm. Take things as they are. Practice amanina, manadena, giving respect. Be humble, be tolerant. Just chant the holy name. Read, preach. You can preach online, within the family, or whatever is allowed. Then you can come together and then have some little bhajans, kirtans, whatever is possible. Then you can remain dhira no matter what situation, and that strengthens your ojas, and therefore you become more immune. So you become more protected. This is the solution. And that doesn't matter whatever, what virus it is or what mutation it is. No. You are more protected. Of course, it's not that you cannot get sick, but you are being careful, being clean. It's also taking bath. If it's hot, maybe many times a day, 3 times a day. Why not? Washing hands before eating, after eating, achman. So all these things, gross and subtle cleanliness, purity of the mind, these things are strengthening the ojas. So if we can do it with simple things, we don't have to do some antibiotics and all that, which makes us weaker. So and that way then, even though situation is not favorable, but it's dukkha, okay, it will become sukha. And we can make it right now. And we can start praying to King Kunti. Oh, please, may bring the corona back. Because at the time I was so focused in Krishna consciousness and I want to do it again. Maybe it will happen, who knows? So, be safe that way. That way also you can help others. And you see, devotees suffering. You can also help them. Because you see that there are so many devotees that are suffering. Some devotees live in bodies. They put them on oxygen, but the oxygen is such that when they are on the oxygen, it actually keeps destroying more the lungs because it burns. So it's very difficult for them to recover. But at least, just share with the devotees your realizations. So in the most difficult situations, then the devotees still remain Krishna conscious. That's the best way, that's the best help you can do. So, but to try to convince someone to become Krishna conscious, first we have to become Krishna conscious. So we have to practice, we have to get some realizations, and these realizations we can preach to others. Not just some book, or Bhagavad-gītā says this, so you should do. I'm not doing it. No. Who will follow? No, Bhagavad-gītā says this. I am following that. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. I'm doing that. Please also do that. It's so enlivening. It's so good. Hare Krishna. Okay, I think we have 10 more minutes, right? So any questions? Are there some? Sorry? Maybe take this mic because I think they want to also record it. Yes, it is. Yeah, every situation is like a test. And then, but like a test, right? So when we fail a test, we feel bad. And then what do we do about it? Anyway, forget it. I don't do it again. Or, no, I want to do the test properly, so let me learn more and then prepare more for the test and then do it right. So if the test now means that whether you can do something, what you want to do, and because you didn't pass the test, like driving license, right? So you learn driving and you go for the test, and you fail the test, you don't get the driving license, but you want to drive the car because you need it maybe. So then I need to do it. So what am I doing wrong? Okay, so let me somebody teach me properly how I can do it. What am I doing wrong? Practice more. Do it again. Maybe you fail again, but don't give up. And eventually you will pass, you will get driving license, and you can continue doing. So yes, every situation in life is a test. And we always have two options. To accept it or to reject it. So that's what the mind does. Now we accept or reject. Intelligence discriminates. So we decide, okay, well, I'm supposed to get up in the morning, so I decide I wake up or I don't wake up. It's our choice, and we always have consequence for our choice. So if we do the right thing, then it's good. And if we do the wrong thing, then it's not good. So we decide. We are in control of our destiny that way. We don't have to do nonsense, but we decide. Of course, the modes of nature are pushing us, but we can still kind of like rebel against that. Knowing that this is not right, so I'm not going to do that. I'll do the right thing. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Chat Gruntaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Nitai Gaur Pramanande.